Geek Out! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Geek Out Championship Wrestling, the only wrestling podcast that is willing to do an episode on a pay-per-view status where we talk about the state of wrestling, mostly just WWE, around every, more or less, pay-per-view that they do. We've been gone for a pay-per-view and a half, if you count the Greatest Royal Rumble, which I don't, and obviously WWE doesn't either because nothing happened there worthwhile. But we are back. I am your host with the most, Mr. Chris Nolan. Standing across the ring from me is my co-host with the co-most, Mr. Right. Timmy C.
And the co-most that is, because I'm back.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You know what? Standing across the ring from me, my co-host with the co-most, champion, Timmy C.
That's right. Undisputed champion. Longest reigning Geek Out undisputed champion.
That is a fact.
Timmy C.
Yeah. You might notice that we are without the former champion, the man who was beat by Timmy C at WrestleMania, the stage of the the stage of the Immortals?
Yeah. How long ago was that?
That was back in April, so 2 months.
Right.
2 months. Steve's wife, not Steve himself, but Steve's wife recently, and by recently I think within the last couple days, recently gave birth to their child, their son. I've already forgotten the kid's name, but that's fine. It's not my son, so I don't need to know his name. So Steve is on paternity leave, and we'll be probably be back in a bit. Undetermined amount of paternity leave because we're not a professional organization that has a set amount of time.
True.
But yeah, how you feeling? How you feeling, Tim?
I'm feeling all right.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
I'm ending the boycott as of today.
I appreciate that.
I still have yet to receive my Geek Out Championship wrestling belt.
Real quick, in Steve's defense, we did find out that he shipped it through his place of employment instead of shipping it through personal means. And somehow through that, they put the wrong address on the box, made it all the way to my neighborhood because he got most of the address correct. It is now in the process of being shipped back to them. I don't know if he's received it yet or not, but he does promise that he will be shipping it back to me, hopefully directly this time, in haste.
Right, of course. Yeah, we've heard that before. So it's been 9 weeks.
But who's counting?
I still have not received my belt, but I decided, Nolan, that it'd be good to come back.
Yeah.
For a couple of reasons.
For the fans.
Well, it's for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
Number one, I missed you.
I missed you too. I feel like I haven't seen you since WrestleMania.
Well, I've definitely been active on Twitter.
Yeah,
so
you have.
My fans and all y'all have kind of gotten more than just wrestling, hockey as well.
Mm-hmm. What a couple weeks in hockey.
I tell you, what a high. If I couldn't be champion enough, my team gets to be champion too.
You should slap a Stanley Cup on your belt.
I really should. I did notice Triple H gave him one.
Yeah,
which was cool.
Yeah.
But I
still giving the World Championship belt too, not the Universal Championship belt.
Yes, thank goodness.
Because that means nothing.
You came to me about 7-8 months ago with this idea to do the podcast.
Yeah.
And I felt I owed it to you to come back. And so I'm ending the boycott today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back. But that doesn't diminish the fact that we're still waiting for my belt.
Yeah.
Something that I've been owed for the last 9 weeks. Addresses or non-addresses, whatever. Steve, you still owe me my belt. But that doesn't diminish the fact that yours truly is still the undisputed Geek Out Championship Wrestling champion. I think I said that right? Yes. Yeah.
It felt right.
Yeah. And honestly, the other reason that I came back and ended the boycott was the fans wanted me back.
Mm-hmm.
People wanted me to come back and do the podcast. People miss the podcast.
There were a lot of people upset when we weren't here for the last pay-per-view.
Yep. So people wanted to hear the podcast, so we're back. Mm-hmm. And I've got my MVP title.
Yeah, it's looking lovely.
Thank you.
Did you get a fresh polish on that?
I did.
Yeah.
Always. I mean, come on.
Every morning.
Only the best for the best.
It's true. It is the MVP of belts.
So we're here to talk about not only Money in the Bank,
mm-hmm.
which is one of my favorites. Actually, when it used to be part of WrestleMania, that
mm-hmm.
used to be the highlight to me of WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And making it its own pay-per-view is really cool. But also another NXT takeover.
Yes.
Which I'm kind of lukewarm about, but
mm-hmm.
I think we've done that before. Where we've been lukewarm about an NXT takeover, and it's really surprised us. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I like going into it with that mentality.
Beyond just the matches, one of my favorite parts of this takeover is that we get another Fozzy song.
We do. Yes. Chris Jericho. He is something else.
The Intercontinental New Japan champion, Chris Jericho.
He is. Rocking the new eye makeup. Makes him look like a crow.
Yeah.
Very cool looking.
I love it.
Yeah.
I need to get New Japan World so I can actually watch that match. Because I like to pay for my porn.
Yeah. Hey, no judgment here.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it happen.
Yeah,
so you want to
talk $10 a month.
You want to talk about a little bit of the NXT takeover, and then we'll get into Money in the Bank.
What do we have on the card for the NXT takeover?
Well, let's start with the first match that I'm looking forward to, and that's the Velveteen Dream against Ricochet.
Yeah, DC's own Velveteen Dream.
Now you've seen these two fight before in person, right?
Yes. So a couple, what was it, like 2 months ago? I think it was.
Who's counting?
Yeah, right. 9 weeks ago. If I may. No, it was around WrestleMania-ish, WrestleMania adjacent. NXT had a house show in D.C. at Dave Grohl's The Anthem.
Good guy.
Nice, beautiful venue.
Yeah.
I could stand to have a little bit more hip room in the seats.
Okay.
But that's me being a hefty fella. Like most, I shouldn't say most, but like a fair amount of wrestling fans are a little bit on the heftier side, whether it be from, fat or muscle because they're going to the gym and, training to be a wrestler themselves.
You just described the two of us.
Yeah, exactly. Both, but we just both encapsulate all of it.
Exactly.
I'm forever leg day for me, and you pecs all day.
Pectacular.
Just pecs. It's amazing how you isolate them. But yes, at this house show, the Velveteen Dream and Ricochet had just started their Twitter feud and had a match, and it was glorious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like Bobby Roode glorious.
Like Bobby Roode in NXT glorious. Yeah. Where the entire crowd was singing along to his song.
Nice.
And the choir that was singing with them. But it was easily one of the best matches on that card, and I can only imagine that it will be equally elevated on this takeover card.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
They're both amazing wrestlers, and they have a great chemistry.
It's the number one match for me for this card for sure. I mean, hopefully things change, and maybe it works out to be an overall a great takeover like it typically is. Mm-hmm. But to me, that's where it's at right now.
Oh yeah, that's the tops.
So who do you think who do you got in it?
So they as a mark, just right off the bat, I got to go with the hometown hero,
Me too.
Velveteen Dream.
Me too.
I think if I'm thinking smartly, the Velveteen Dream is a great what's the word is a great person to kind of. It's not just enhancement talent, because enhancement is usually more like a jobber thing, like Kurt Hawkins is enhancement talent, but Velveteen Dream is that guy that you put somebody with when you're ready to set them into the main event. That's what they did with Aleister Black.
That's true.
And I could see them using Velveteen Dream to catapult Ricochet, not pun intended, because I'm sure there'll be a spot like that. But like, not that Ricochet really needs any help getting into the main event scene of NXT, but what an easy way to like just give him that like just ready to go. Like, look, he's fucking amazing. Like, you've all heard about how good he is, whether you've watched Lucha Underground where he was Prince Puma, or you've seen any of the other indie promotions that he's worked with.
Right.
But like you've seen from his matches that he's had, like the North American ladder match,
right?
A bunch of the matches that he's that he's done on NXT TV, but now he's going against a credible threat, somebody that the audience is behind, whether they're smarks, that are like, oh, he's a really good worker, he's just he's the bad guy all the time, whatever. But like he's Velveteen Dream is like right there riding that line between mid card and top top guy, and he's like the guy that you got to leapfrog over to get into the top guy status. And I think it makes sense that that's where they want Ricochet. They want him in the top guy tier, but he's one of the newest hires to the company. Him and EC3 are like the two new guys, and War Machine. What are they? War Rovers, Raiders. Ugh, War Machine is so much better.
Machine's better.
So
I'm thinking just the opposite.
Yeah?
I think Ricochet puts Velveteen even higher.
I would love that too.
And I really think Ricochet's already has that history behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he needs the Dream to put him over.
Yeah.
I think having the Dream beat Ricochet will help elevate the Dream even higher.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no one better right now, in my opinion.
Agreed.
As it relates to NXT.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that match. Going down the card, we've got
now that we've waxed poetically for like 10 minutes.
Can I mention something first? Sure. Why is there no Adam Cole, baby?
I didn't realize that until this week. I was like, wait, Adam Cole's not doing anything? Like, he's not even having just a match.
Nothing.
Like, it would be one thing if he were just not defending the North American title, but he's literally
not on the card.
Not on the card.
Yeah.
The Undisputed Era, they're defending their tag champs.
They
so
are.
Like, in theory, he'll be there. He'll probably be the reason why they win, because he'll interfere somehow. But like, yeah, he's not wrestling.
Yeah, something tells me he might be injured or something, or there might be something else up that we're not aware of.
Possibly. I did recently see that advertised that he's going to be defending the North American title outside of WWE.
Really?
Yeah, at like an Evolve show or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, whoa.
So we're expanding.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. While you talk, I'm going to look that up, see if I can find reference to it again.
Well,
there's probably some smark that's listening to us. It's like, that was a rumor.
Yeah, that's not true. Come on, guys. Get your stuff straight.
Sorry, Kermit.
Yeah.
It's not easy being green.
Or was that Raymond?
So, going down the card, we've got Shayna against Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross, of course, got left behind by Sanity.
Yeah.
And they're kind of giving her a push.
You know what? Clearly for the better, because Sanity has not been seen.
Who? That match, to me, I think it's a no-brainer. I think Shayna holds on to that belt. I really don't foresee Nikki Cross really taking that next step yet, and plus I don't see them taking the belt away from Shayna yet. The tag match, the Undisputed Era against Lorcan and Birch.
Yeah.
It really does nothing for me. Again, this is another match that I think there's not going to be a change in
I like
title.
the wrestlers, but like, meh. Yeah.
Just from a chemistry standpoint, just there's nothing there that really puts me over the top. I think the Undisputed Era keeps their belts. And I know you might have a differing opinion, but Lars really doesn't do anything for me.
Oh, I love Lars.
To me,
it might be because he resembles a friend of mine.
Oh yeah.
So I like to joke. You might. He was one of the bouncers at the bar.
Okay.
This guy Gino. If he like grew his beard out and like was a fridge, as opposed to like the mini fridge that he is,
right?
There would be a shocking resemblance. But yeah, so I don't know. There's something about him that like clicks with me.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm also a big guy. He and I are basically the same build.
Yeah. Give or take.
Yeah. Give or take about 100 pounds of muscle. But yeah, I if I were going to be like in WWE, I'd probably be like essentially the same character. So like I see a lot of my potential as a wrestler in him. So maybe that clouds, my feelings for him.
That's what does it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Aleister Black retains here.
Yeah.
I don't see any title change.
Yeah.
The street fight, Gargano against Ciampa.
Yeah.
Again. I hope this is the last time.
I do too. Like they're fine wrestlers in their own right, and they do have a great chemistry with each other. But I'm gonna go off on a hot take here that people aren't gonna like. I don't really like how they've handled this story.
Me neither.
They whiffed it right from the get go.
Yep.
And then like I did enjoy. Well, serious injury aside, I felt like it took too long for Ciampa to like come back.
As a full participant, yes.
Well, just in general, like I loved that he came back like on a crutch, and doing stuff. But that right there shows he probably could have come back earlier, like since he did have a legit injury. I am not saying he needs to wrestle on like a broken leg or whatever the hell his problem was, but like I would have loved like just him being in the wings, Like give me like 3 months or 6 months or something like that of him just, being like Sting in WCW, where he was just in the rafters,
hovering,
causing a distraction for Johnny Gargano, giving you like a 6-month-long losing streak for Gargano. Now they did kind of do that, but it was only like a month long.
It was more accelerated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, the surprise, like, hey, gotcha, bitch. And, like, he comes in and wrecks Johnny Gargano after a loss. Cool. I liked that. But, like, then it was like Johnny Gargano is fired.
Yeah.
And the only way for him to get back in the company is to fight Ciampa.
But they had a good build-up for that. That was a good build-up. And I did like the fact that Johnny would sneak into the arena.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That was a fun build. That was good. Now I think it would be better if it was for something.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's missing.
Right now it's just a meh grudge match.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't feel the emotion. You clearly don't feel the emotion. To us it just kind of feels like, well, we have to.
Right. Yeah, it's another match, and for that reason, I like Ciampa in this match.
Yeah,
I really do.
I'll pick up this name after I drop it, but like I met Ciampa in person at an MCW show.
Oh wow, look at
and
you!
It was really cool.
So fancy.
And so therefore, like he's like just for that, like he's always had the leg up,
right.
And like he's been doing the more interesting work in the show. Like, I mean, Gargano, he just has to, what's the word? He just has to be the baby face, get himself, what the hell is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, get the fans behind him.
Sure.
That's all he has to do. Ciampa has to piss off the fans.
Yeah.
He has to somehow get them distracted from his great in-ring talent to still be like, hey, fuck this guy, he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
And he's been doing a great job of doing that.
Fantastic.
Gargano is just like, look at me, I'm adorable.
Yeah.
I have knockoff Paramore as my theme song.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's cute.
She's hot.
And NXT has been wasting her.
Yeah, that's true.
I was so happy and yet so sad when she got hired. I was like, oh, yay! I'll finally get to see like Candice LeRae in action regularly. Oh, wait, no, I probably won't. Because like I loved her during the Mae Young.
Yep.
She was great.
Yep.
And like all the GIFs that I see on Joy Ryan's Twitter of them, wrestling, like they're great. But I was like, and as soon as she came on, I was like, oh, she's just Johnny Gargano's wife.
Yeah.
What a waste.
But that's how it is for now. I think once Johnny moves on to the main roster, then you'll start to see something different.
And there was some promise with the stuff with Almas, with her, with Candice fighting Vega. But they barely did anything with that.
Yeah. And speaking of Almas, boy, what a dud he is in the main roster.
Yeah.
Another one that they take talent from NXT and they totally bury him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's up against Sin Cara.
Yeah.
Well,
they have a history. They have chemistry.
I understand that, but still, he was the champion.
Yeah.
And he's buried.
Yeah, he was Il Idolo.
We should be used to that by now, I guess, right? It's just so hard to get used to.
Stop hurting me. By the way, I did look it up. Adam Cole Bay is indeed defending his championship, his North American championship, against Austrian powerhouse Walter.
Oh.
At Evolve 107. I have no idea who Walter is, but...
Well, for Adam Cole's sake, I'm probably going to try to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might see if I can find where I can watch Evolve.
Yes.
But yeah, so
that's NXT TakeOver.
Yeah.
I think, again, hopefully we get some cool spots in some of those other matches, but really looking forward to the Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream. That'll be the highlight.
Easily the top of the card.
Yep. All right, so let's move to the main event.
Yes.
Yes. So we've got
Money in the Bank. My first pay-per-view back when I first started watching.
Really?
3 years ago.
Wow! Happy anniversary and happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day.
Yes.
Happy Lana Day.
Oh. So speaking of two individuals that were really hyped.
Yeah.
And their storyline is falling really flat. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. How flat is this?
Oh my God!
I enough with the low blows. You don't have to do low blows to be the heel.
So have you?
Seriously, like a heel can do more than just low blows.
Yeah. Look at Miz.
Yeah,
I can't remember the last time he did a low blow. And he's the best heel in the company.
And it's so surprising. I mean, this is another one that you have two talented wrestlers that I'm done with this storyline.
Yeah.
It's not fun for me.
I got excited at WrestleMania. I was like, oh, cool, they get to have a match. And then the low blow happened, and I was like, oh, cool, they're turning Shinsuke heel. And then it's almost immediately I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And the match I fast forwarded through their match at Greatest Royal Rumble because I was already kind of over it. And then there was just another low blow at the end of it.
He's even doing low blows in matches with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
That's his new finisher.
That's terrible. He's getting buried with this. And for that reason, I mean, I don't want to jump to Smark and Mark. I'm a mark for AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick AJ Styles. Mm-hmm. And these low blows, I just don't see them making him champion from this. So, Smark and Mark, I'm AJ Styles here.
Can I real quick rewind just a couple steps before I get into my Smark and Mark? What's the point of having a last man standing match when their last match, neither of them were able to answer the 10 count?
Yes.
They low blowed themselves out of a no DQ match.
And what do you think's going to happen?
Also, why the hell was there a 10 count in a no DQ match? No DQ is such a weird thing.
Did Road Dogg come up with that match? Or?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
It is SmackDown. But yeah, so I continue to be a mark myself for AJ Styles. And I agree. Like, I don't see them doing anything. I mean, but technically AJ has won all the matches so far, right?
Right.
It might just be in them with their latent 50-50 booking to put
That's true.
to put Shinsuke over.
But
Do I think they'll do it? No. But
if they do it, it'd be a shame because they didn't do it the right way.
Well, so therefore they're going to do it, right?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Typical WWE.
By the way, since we let's make a call on the air right now. Since we still do not have the belt, the title, if I may, are you putting your title up on the line for this pay-per-view?
For you, Nolan?
Yeah.
I'll put both titles up on the line.
Whoa! I might get the MVP.
Both titles will be on the line.
Come next show, I might be the new undisputed champion.
Possible. Very possible.
I like the way you do business, sir.
I am not going to be one of those champions like Steve who wins and hides and sits on a title for months at a time.
Yeah.
And doesn't give it up.
Yeah.
So, hey, have at it. I'll put it on the line. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that title means something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I wanted from the beginning. And I know you, who put your heart and soul into that GCW title, that's what you wanted.
You made it with my bare hands.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So let's make it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Fighting champion. I like that.
Document it.
Documented.
Good.
All right.
All right. So we let's jump to the Raw Women's title match, which to me it's been an interesting build. Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm. So the start of this was at a TV event.
Yes.
That had more or less nothing to do with wrestling.
Nothing.
On the red carpet, Ronda Rousey is doing an interview, probably a staged interview with somebody for the WWE. What? Supposedly there's multiple takes of the entire thing. And Charlotte Flair has Ronda Rousey trying to woo. And then Nia Jax just walks up and she's like, "Oh, you can woo, but can you hold this title?" Or whatever the hell she said.
Right.
I'm not like most girls.
Yeah. By the way, Nia Jax is apparently the new Big Show. If I may just pull out that reference.
You went out on a limb there.
I did. Because, like, fucking getting whiplash from her heel face turns because she was the face going into her match with Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
And then, like, as soon as she has the title, her next challenge is to Ronda Rousey, which the challenge itself was just kind of like, oh, let's have some friendly competition, and that's fine.
Right.
But then, like, within a week, she's being a bully to a jobber.
Right.
Being a bully. The person that she just fought against.
Yes.
And had a huge speech about be a star.
Yes. Typical WWE.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. I feel bad for Nia Jax. Nia Jax deserves better.
She does. I think creative writing is just that bad.
Yeah.
So who do you like?
I think mark-wise, I'm going to back Ronda Rousey. Smark-wise, I don't know. They'd be a fool to have either of them win this match.
Well,
or rather, they'd be a fool to have either of them lose because Ronda just joined the company and she's supposed to be a fucking like powerhouse, and like it would be stupid for her to lose her second match.
Yeah.
Nia, they just spent so much time. Granted, they've crumpled it up and tossed it out the window. But they spent so much time getting sympathy behind her, and she's a brand new champion, and it would be a waste of all of that effort to just have her drop it at her second defense of it. But like, I don't know, you know what? I think I'm going to smart and mark to Ronda because it looks like they just want to waste all their time making Nia Jax the sympathetic babyface.
Yeah, I agree.
We are on a tie streak tonight.
Well, we are, but not on a smart. I think
Yeah.
smart wise, I think the smart thing to do is to have Nia hold the belt.
Yeah,
It would make her look stronger.
I agree with that.
To put her over. But from a mark-out perspective, I think it'd be cool for Ronda to win it.
Yeah.
I think it validates the title.
And
then it opens it up for other women to come after her.
I also think it is way too soon for her to have a title.
Yeah, but in the same sense, they haven't waited before for other people.
It's true.
So,
It's true. I mean, Paige won her title first night.
time. Yep. So I'd mark out for Ronda
I would
Rousey.
totally mark out.
But
for,
I think
for Rousey.
Smart, Nia Jax.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll differ a little bit.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Shall we jump to the men's Money in the Bank?
I think we wait for the men's and women's Money in the Bank till the end.
Okay, I'm just looking at the order of the matches that I have here.
Yeah.
But we can jump.
Let's jump.
Those are arguably the main events of the night. So
They are. Yes.
why don't we have them be the main events?
At least in our opinions,
Yeah.
right?
You know the main event's going to be Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal.
As long as it's not Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn.
Talk about people who deserve better.
Oh, terrible.
I mean, I don't give a shit about Bobby Lashley, but like
and his
Sami,
sisters.
Yeah. But Sami Zayn deserves so much better. Is this because he wouldn't perform at the Greatest Royal Rumble?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep referencing that because it was awful.
Yeah, it was terrible. And I wonder
And it was
how
a
many
terrible
peop-
business decision.
I wonder how many people watched it. I mean, I wonder if they ever came out with. I mean, honestly,
Honest figures or WWE figures?
WWE figures exactly.
It was the most watched pay-per-view of all time.
Speaking of WWE, real quick, just on
Yeah.
a side note, I made a ton of money off of WWE stock.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, over the last year and a half, unbelievable. I
Yeah.
mean, them selling, of course, to NBC Universal and to
Yeah.
Fox.
Yeah.
You know, it's just been fantastic. And then them broadening the horizons. Thank you,
Yeah.
WWE.
By the way, might as well mention, in a year's time, SmackDown is going to be on Fox,
Yeah.
potentially on Fridays.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
As long as it's live.
You know what?
It has to be live.
I am all for them spreading out the weekly programming a little bit more because I do not like having 2 nights back to back.
Nah, yeah.
When I started watching, it was Monday and Thursday, pre-recorded Thursday, but I didn't really care. But it was nice. I had time to. If I missed Raw, I could watch it the next day.
Yeah.
With that, and it's fine. Now it's like, if I miss Raw, I'm like, oh fuck. Now I got to watch Raw, and I've got to watch SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, Friday night SmackDown was always a great way to go into the weekend. So
And
I
what a
loved
great-
that. That was
what,
great.
And what a great go home show for a pay per view too. Like, in 2 days we've got a pay per view.
As long as it's live, because what they did before was they would tape it on like Tuesday or Wednesday and then show it on Friday, so people already knew what was going on, and even the announcers would mess up, being like the pay-per-view's 2 days away, and it's like, okay, this is bad.
I remember once I found out. I found out pretty early on that they tape on Tuesdays, but like Dean, it was right near the end of Dean and Seth's feud.
Yeah,
which was beautiful.
Yes,
glorious. But he came out on a SmackDown and was like talking on the mic, and he's like, "This has got me going nuts. I don't even know. Is it Thursday? Is it Tuesday? I don't know. You don't know." And I was just like, I get that joke.
Yes.
And then and then a couple months later, he made a joke about putting Michael Cole in a fishbowl, and I got that joke too.
Yes. Roman Reigns, Jinder Mahal.
Boo!
This is bad.
Yeah.
But they're really trying to again force feed the support Roman Reigns, please, everybody.
You know what? At least
get
it's not
behind him
for a belt.
Yes, that's true. But, given the way that this has kind of come around, this one was another hard one because you know me at this point.
Yeah.
I'm no fan of either one of these.
Yeah.
So I hate to do this, but I'm really not going to mark out to either one of them.
Yeah.
I guess I'll default on Roman Reigns, as bad as
because
that sounds.
Your smart sensibilities.
I guess. That's what's hard about some of these for the Smark and Mark is like, and we've had this before.
Yeah.
Where
that's why I did it, so that we could potentially, I mean, we're not doing so well this pay-per-view, but like potentially show that we are actively putting effort into, this is where I think they're going to go. This is where my heart of hearts wants them to go.
But there's nothing about Jinder Mahal that I'm like, oh my, this is a great match. Yeah. I'm so excited. I hate to do it, but Smark and Mark Roman, I guess. But honestly, I would mark out to Lesnar coming in and just beating the crap out of both of them.
Yeah.
Or Stone Cold pouring beer on them or something.
I would mark out more for Jinder tripping over himself and falling underneath the ring on his entrance.
Hooah, hooah, hooah.
That was the only redeeming quality of that pay-per-view.
Yeah. I'm guessing you're the same way. You're not hindering Jinder.
I am hindering Jinder. I'm trying to think of how I might, lean a different way, more so that we're not choosing the same things. But yeah,
it's okay. We have other matches. Don't worry, and we have a Money in the Bank. We have 2 ladder matches.
Yeah,
so don't worry about it.
And I'm pretty sure at least one of those.
Yes.
We have a differing opinion.
This next match is one that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
And that's Seth Rollins against Elias.
Yes. This could very well be the beyond
the Money in the Bank.
Beyond the Money in the Bank. This might be the match that I'm most excited for. And it's probably going to be the one that jerks the curtain, if I may use an industry term.
There you go.
The opening match.
Yep.
Also, speaking of opening match, do they not have a pre-show on this?
They have talked about it. I think
I know it has a
have
special start time with air quotes.
I think they'll do like I didn't see the Hardys or the Hardy and Wyatt against the B team. Mm-hmm. They might do that.
Oh, it's the Eater of Worlds.
Oh, right, of course.
Or yeah, Eater of Worlds.
So I didn't see that match. So that might be pre-show.
Yeah.
I thought there was another.
Because
match.
why put the tag titles on the main show?
Yeah.
Do we have a cruiserweight match to throw on the pre-show?
I didn't see the Jeff Hardy. Is he defending?
Yeah, no, not as far as I'm.
Right.
Is there even anyone compete? Like vying for his belt?
I didn't see.
Because who gives a shit about the U.S. title?
Right. Which is sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because USA.
Yeah. Well.
USA.
Anyway,
at least the Intercontinental title still means something, even with the Miz being absent.
Even in this match, it means a lot. What do you like here?
By the way, if I may, just that guitar that Elias had on this week's show.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
The John Mayer guitar?
Yeah, the John Mayer guitar.
Yeah,
I understand.
I'll get into it. I tweeted about it. I'll get into it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but tell me what you think. Come on.
Well, it was a beautiful airbrush job with the Intercontinental title with Elias. It was pretty.
Yeah.
It was a pretty guitar.
Yeah, it was a very nice guitar. Coming from a musician, I was very impressed with the guitar.
And that makes it so hard for me to say how upset I am with Seth Rollins. And I can only imagine what this has done to you, Mr. This is the year of Seth Rollins.
I still believe that. And it is coming to fruition.
Yeah.
As if you haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
This has been the year of Seth Rollins.
It has.
will continue to be the year of Seth Rollins. But in my opinion, Seth Rollins is not my favorite character right now after what he did to that John Mayer guitar.
You are visibly getting on the verge of tears.
I was not.
Listeners at home, he is getting rosy.
I was not very happy about it.
Yeah.
For someone that I've backed
this
whole year to do something like that to a really nice looking guitar.
Yeah.
I'm going Elias.
Whew.
I am that upset. I am going with Elias.
Both?
I am walking with Elias.
Ooh.
Because that's what WWE stands for. Right now, Seth Rollins is on my shit list.
Ooh. Are you smarking and marking that way?
I'm marking out to Elias winning.
Uh-huh. You're going to mark with Elias?
That's right. That's pretty good.
Yeah, right?
I like that.
I
Well
just
played.
came up with it.
Yeah. Write that down. Document it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you heard it here first. I, too, am marking with Elias.
Oh, come on.
I know, but he's my boy.
That's true.
Much like how you are with Seth Rollins, except for today.
Yeah.
I
Understandably.
have been, yes. Oh, yeah, no. No shade coming from me, sir. But that's how I am with Elias. I've been walking with Elias since before he got called up.
You have been.
Since before he came up with that catchphrase.
When he was the drifter.
Yeah.
Yes.
We haven't heard his theme song in so long.
Yes. But I love his entrance.
Yes.
It's great.
His theme song is now just JoJo saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elias."
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I think Seth definitely retains.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
I'm smarking. God.
No,
Samesies.
I know. But we'd be on the same page. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think about Carmella against Asuka?
I am loving Carmella right now.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Are you not?
No.
Ah.
She's hot. Don't get me wrong.
That is
Smoke
that is
show.
not all a wrestler.
I know. But
I am loving this annoying heel character that she's doing.
I can't stand
Well,
anything about
because she's working you.
it. I can't stand it. But I never did. She always got no reaction.
Yeah.
And now she's getting a little bit of a boo hiss.
Yeah.
But that's good for you.
I
Good.
think she is leant all the way in, and that's what I appreciates about her. And no, I think she's been putting in some really good work,
Okay.
and I'm shocked that they had her win clean against Charlotte on both their matches.
Yeah. Yep.
Dear God.
Yep.
They either are strapping the rocket to her, or they are trying to bring back the credibility of Asuka that they kind of floundered at WrestleMania by having Asuka lose clean to Charlotte. You know,
But it was Charlotte that she lost.
That's
to.
true.
It was,
No, I
if
agree.
it was anybody other than Charlotte, then I'd kind of give
but
it
they
to
haven't.
you,
But they haven't really built her back up yet. And so either they just love Carmella so much that they're like, yeah, no, she's gonna beat Asuka, and it's gonna be ridiculous that she beats Asuka, or like this is how they're choosing to be like, yeah, sure, she lost at WrestleMania, but she beat the other woman, or she beat the woman who beat Charlotte, which just goes to show you that, like, I don't know, there was some fluke at WrestleMania. Now she's back on track. She's back to being, the shit.
Okay. So is that your pick?
So I am marking to Carmella because she's my girl, but I'm smarking to Asuka. I think they're gonna flop it over.
I'm doing just the opposite. I'm gonna mark out the Asuka taking it back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking forward to some really great matches between Asuka and whoever else wants to get in line. I'm hoping Becky Lynch.
Oh yeah.
I'm really hoping they start to push Becky Lynch at some point.
Which they seem to be because she beat Charlotte clean.
Yes.
Because everyone's beating Charlotte clean now.
Well, Charlotte seems to be putting people over, and I think it's just
and that's fine.
Just her building right now.
Yeah.
But and I think from a smart perspective, I think they'll continue to build Carmella.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't want her to keep the belt.
Mm.
It's if she got more of a heel reaction. Look, the only thing she has going for her, So sexy looking. But
she, I feel like she's doing better than she was when her only heel thing was everyone hates James Ellsworth and he's my pet.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think she's doing a better job than she was then.
Speaking of Ellsworth, he might make an appearance at this pay-per-view.
Oh,
that's the word on the street.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're running a little bit long.
Yeah.
Let's do this next one in rapid fire.
All right.
Lashley or Zayn?
Zayn.
Damn it.
Smarking to Lashley.
Yeah.
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 But yeah.
Okay. So who do you like for the tag team championships for SmackDown? We got the Bludgeon Brothers, Gallows and Anderson.
So this is a tough one because you know me. I love me some Bludgeon Brothers, but I also love me some Good Brothers.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think I would mark out more. And you're probably going to hate me for this, but I think I would mark out more for the Good Brothers.
God, come on.
I know. I saw it in your eyes.
Come on.
I know.
You sound like a Bludgeon Brother right now.
I know, right? I'm kind of torn because like I legitimately like both teams, and like the Bludgeon Brothers, it would be cool to see them continue their reign, but they haven't done anything with their reign,
right?
And then Gallows and Anderson, it would be awesome
to see them
do something with their careers.
Yes.
So I think the oomph would the pop in me would be louder for Gallows and Anderson.
Okay.
So
I'm
sorry.
right there with you. But I think Bludgeon Brothers from a Smark perspective take it. Yeah. And I think that'll be probably another kickoff.
Yeah.
All right, you want to do the men's or the women's?
We skipped one.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Which one did I miss?
It makes sense because it's it's another one that people deserve better.
Ooh. Who?
You can't teach it.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Let's just rapid fire that one.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I figured that was going to be the same.
It's so stupid. I'm tall and you're short.
Yeah.
You're not at my
when
level.
When I was a baby, I was short, but then I decided to get tall. What the fuck? What? You don't...
Yeah. And it's supposedly Daniel Bryan's got full creativity on his character, so I'd be surprised if he loses. I think at some point you'll see him kind of accelerate towards the top.
Yeah.
It'll come.
Yeah. Okay, so we both agree on that
All
one.
right, so men's and women. Which one? Men's or women?
Let's go with the men first.
Okay.
Give the ladies the true main event.
Mm-hmm. I think the men's match is missing the high flyers.
Yes. Which you kind of need in the ladder match.
Yeah. And it was funny, I saw a thing that WWE posted on their Twitter of like who had the best over-the-top spot from a high flyer perspective. They had like Evan Bourne, they had Jeff Hardy. I, of course, voted for Jeff Hardy. I mean, him, with the swanton on top of Edge on that ladder. God, I don't know how these guys survived.
Did they have the Salida del Sol over the top of the ladder on the USO?
No. Because it was only Money in the Bank related.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that was a ladder match for the titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, I don't know how these guys survive some of these.
Neither do I.
I mean, it's legit. There's no padding on those ladders.
It's a lightweight ladder, but it's still a fucking ladder.
Yes.
It has a huge crumple zone, but like, yeah. So
I don't see Braun Strowman winning.
Yeah.
I don't see Finn Balor winning.
No.
I don't see Bobby Roode winning,
No.
which, by the way, Bobby Roode needs to turn heel.
Yeah.
I think we're done with this whole face stuff. Nobody likes him.
Yeah. I could see Miz winning.
I don't see a member of the New Day.
No.
Although,
do you want to over under on? Or I guess
please
not
put
over
Kofi
under.
Kingston in.
Yeah.
Because he'll be your high flyer.
Yeah. That's. I could see Xavier Woods too. Like Kofi Kingston, yes, he is definitely the high flyer of the New Day. But Xavier Woods has his shit too.
Yes.
Which I think he could be pretty entertaining in that match.
How funny was it when the Miz held up the briefcase and
oh my god!
There was pancakes.
So real quick, and you can school me since you've been watching wrestling much longer than I have. But the one thing that I've wanted in a Money in the Bank briefcase, like reign, like someone having the briefcase,
right,
is them to have a foil who's constantly like fucking with them, just like what New Day did this week with that briefcase. Like I would love to see someone with the briefcase doing the typical like, oh, I'm going to run in and cash in, and then for whatever reason they don't cash in. Either they're like, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it today. Or before they get a chance to cash in, super kick to the face and they're out. And then like finally, after like months of like playing with you like that, they finally go to cash in. Match is about to start. Dude over at the timekeeper area clicks open the briefcase and is like, there's, I don't know, pancakes.
Right.
Sure. In here. I can't, it's not a, or maybe even the match starts, fucking lays out the champion, is holding the belt, and then, the announcer's like, I'm sorry, this match is disqualified or, thrown out or whatever. There was no contract in the briefcase. And they're like, what? And the camera cuts over and it's full of, puppies or something like that. Like, have they done that?
There's never been, like, the briefcase is the contract. There's no contract in it.
I know, it's...
There's been a lot of moments where they'll tease cash-ins, and, Edge was really great with stuff like that.
And Seth was, like, the person that got their briefcase beat up the most, right?
Yeah. Well, because you got to take it everywhere. Yeah. You got to bring that with you.
And he would, like, be using it to, like, hit people and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame. I wish there was actually a physical contract inside the briefcase so they could do that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just add that element, and then then whoever it is, that's a very Dean Ambrose thing to do, or New Day, like then they just pop out and they're like, "Ha, gotcha, bitch."
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Anyway.
I honestly think it comes down to, in my opinion, Kevin Owens, The Miz, and Samoa Joe. Those are my final three. And then out of those three, I really think they push The Miz.
Yeah.
As much, and I don't know if I would completely mark out for The Miz. But I really am taking a liking to this heel character that just continues to evolve.
Yeah.
It's never flat. It's never dull. It's always evolving. And I really got to give Miz credit for that, because he could easily be a flip-flopper. He could easily be someone that just has that stale character. But there's always something.
Yeah.
But Samoa Joe's right there with me, too, that I was like, Samoa Joe would be pretty cool to cash in at some point, or have that. I'm just very torn between those two. I don't know. If you're going Miz, I'll go Joe.
Okay.
I don't know. What are you doing?
So technically, I'm still undecided. Well, but I kind of wanted to do. I kind of wanted to do the same thing that you just did, where I break it down. For me, in my heart of hearts, I would love to see Kevin Owens with the briefcase.
Me too.
I would love to see The Miz with the briefcase. I think I would really pop for Rusev getting it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because he's fucking earned it.
Yes.
Samoa Joe, I'm digging what they're doing with him. Finally, Samoa Joe has clicked with me. After all these years that he's been in the WWE and NXT, like, finally, like, I'm digging Samoa Joe. But I don't see him entertaining me with the briefcase. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing that I love about someone with the briefcase is, like, the fake run-ins, and shit like that. Samoa Joe, I could totally see him just doing the same thing that, like, Dean Ambrose did, where he's like, I want it, I'm cashing in right now. And, like, while I love Dean Ambrose and therefore I loved that, and also, like, it felt right because it was, like, a Shield reunion kind of thing in that moment. I don't think I would enjoy it as much with Joe, so I'm definitely not going with Joe. And I was thinking the other day, like, wouldn't it be funny if they somehow, the New Day found a way to, like, do the Freebird rule with this match? So they are essentially constantly tagging each other in and out. And then once they get the briefcase, they share the briefcase, and occasionally you see each one of them do a run-in.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So this is why I'm torn, because essentially for me it comes down to Kevin Owens, The Miz, and a member of the New Day. On the stipulation that it's all three of them when it comes to it, and this isn't their way of breaking them up, because that's the big thing that I've been hearing from all the other dumb Smark podcasts.
Yeah.
That they're gonna break them up with
Big
this.
E is gonna do a singles run and stuff like that.
Which they can do singles runs without turning on each other.
That's true.
And Rusev. I'm sorry, I completely balked on Rusev.
Rusev would be fun
I
for
think-
sure. I think and then every day that he pretends to cash in, it's Rusev.
Yeah, and he fucking repaints it with the Bulgarian colors.
Yeah, but Machka paint.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go with Rusev for my mark.
Okay.
Miz for my smark.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go Miz Mark
Okay.
and Joe Smark.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Sounds good. I'm glad we finally have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we have. Well, we've got another one in there, I think. All right. What about the women?
So in this one, the match, just to lay it out for everyone, we've got Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss, Natalya, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Lana, and Naomi. I would have to say that for Scherzies, like, my top three in this would be Alexa, because how good would she be with that contract?
I'm with you.
Becky Lynch, because, dear God, she deserves that guaranteed shot.
Yep.
And more so just because of the coupling with my Mark pick. How great would it be to have Mr. and Ms., or Mr. and Mrs., not Mr. and Ms., as in...
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Money in the Bank.
That'd be cool.
Lana, like... she's definitely, like, third pick for me. So she's not in my Smark and Mark, but, like, wouldn't it be neat if Rusev wins and Lana wins? They can, like, be, like, carrying their briefcases together. It would be adorable. It'd be a fun storyline, which means the WWE won't do it.
Well, you picked first last time.
Yeah.
So I'll pick first this time.
Go for it.
Mark out.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Mm.
I mean, I said it earlier on the podcast. She definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
And it would be really cool the time that she cashes it in.
Yeah.
I will 100% mark out.
It would be like when
Come on.
fuck.
Come on. Come on.
Ziggler. It'd be like Ziggler cashing in.
Yes. Who, by the way, is absent from this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
With Drew McIntyre. And my Smark would be Bliss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, funny. Because I'm flopping it on you. Because I am little Mr. Bliss.
You are.
Even when I hated her leading up to the WrestleMania, I still was a Alexa Bliss mark. I've got Alexa back on the Alexa.
I see that.
Because I've forgiven her.
That's nice.
I've got Alexa back on the back of my car with the magnet that you gave me.
That's true.
Because, again, I've forgiven her.
Yeah, well, that's nice.
Mostly because they completely ruined everything that they did when they, just fucked up Nia Jax 2 weeks later. So I was like, you know what? It's okay. I can love Alexa Bliss again. I can learn to love again. But yeah, so just I'm gonna mark out so much if she wins, and then in my head I'm just gonna be like, yes, just every time she walks out to taunt whoever it is that wins, the women's championship after this pay-per-view, like, it's just gonna be so good.
Yeah.
But Smark, it feels like they're building up Becky Lynch to something.
Yeah.
And like, if it's not Money in the Bank, then it is like she's the next number one contender, I'm sure.
Right.
For the SmackDown women's title.
Which the only concern for me if Becky wins means that Asuka loses.
Yeah.
Because I can see Becky immediately cashing in and taking the belt away from Carmella.
I could see that.
And I would mark out for that.
I don't see... I see them giving her the contract, but I don't see her doing one of those long runs with it because she's not a heel. Right. Heels do the long runs.
Yeah.
Baby faces
jump right in.
Baby faces are like...
Not all the time, but typically, yes.
It's not like what I was saying with the men's match. It's not that I'm a cat.
Right.
No, it's more like I see my opportunity. It's go time.
Yep.
It's not like John Cena where he tells you when he's going to cash in. Oh, I watched the network. But yeah, so.
Okay.
So yeah, there we go.
That's it.
We have our listings.
God, it's good to be back.
It is so good to be back.
Man. Can we keep doing this on a pay-per-view basis?
I think so. I think we can.
With or without Steve and my belt?
We'll see how long his paternity leave takes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But we wish him well.
Yeah.
Actually, we wish his smarky wife well. Him not so much, but
Did you see the tweet about them Elias stealing her joke?
Yes. Yes.
If he's the architect, why is he saying burning it down?
Yeah.
Good job, Elias.
Yes. Hey, good job, smarky wife.
Yeah.
Yes.
And good luck to your child being raised in that terrible house of Browns fans.
Yeah. How miserable.
Right.
Absolutely miserable.
She made a joke about child abuse, like reporting child abuse if he makes the child watch Browns games.
I would concur.
Yeah. I think I made that joke when he announced that she was pregnant. So I'm glad that everyone's jumping on him, and I mean, I'm sure he makes the joke.
Oh,
because
of course,
because he's aware. He's aware that the Browns are terrible.
Yeah, awful.
I'm aware that the Browns are terrible, and I don't watch football.
The worst.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll be back for the wrap-up show.
Yeah.
After the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go from there, and we'll see if you might take the reins.
We'll see if you even get to
champ.
touch the belt.
Oh, yes. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I would have to touch it to give it to you.
That's true.
Yes.
I mean, he's mailing it directly to me, so.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. All right, guys. It was fun. It was great.
We'll see you after the pay-per-view.
Drinks on you, Malt. See ya.
This has been another Geek Out production. If you enjoyed what you heard, hey, we've got a special episode every Friday. Of course, there's the usual catching up show every Wednesday. And you get book club episodes just about every Tuesday these days. Thanks for listening.